You went to what's it called, UCLA?
I did, yeah. I'm a Bruin. Long time ago, man, back in the 90s. Yeesh.
Oh, okay. I apologize for the phone. I work at a cleaner, so
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Look, I mean, I used to work at a graveyard when I was at UCLA, and then I tried to do real estate, from 6 to like 9 p.m. That was how I did it. So I'd go to school during the day, then I'd finish around 4 or 5. Then I'd go and have dinner and hang out with, my girlfriend, and then I'd go back to work from like 10 to 6 a.m. at a hospital doing graveyard. So I like,
sheesh,
we all come from the same place, man. So don't
right.
even worry about it.
Exactly.
So, okay, walk me through where we're at. Help me understand like where we're at in the journey and what you've been working on, and I'll see what I can do about helping you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so with me, I've been calling sellers recently. So the way how I get my leads is because a list is like really expensive for me. So I just go to Zillow, like
Okay.
as well, even though it's not the best because they're looking for like premium, and most of the time they're always looking for cash. However, in my area, sometimes they put up for sale by owner.
Good. Okay.
So I'm cutting up. Some of them are kind of like, no, I'm good. I pitched them like, hey, like, are you open to receiving payments, for the property? They're like, no. And there's some, I don't know if I told you, I don't think I did, but there's this one property that it's around my area. So they're with an agent, but they're waiting for 3 months, and we're gonna follow up with them, right? Because I'm having someone helping me with that
Okay.
deal. So in 3 months, I'm going to find out whether they're going to proceed forward with the creative finance solution, or we're just gonna go with the real estate agents and wait. So I have that one in the pipeline, but other than that, I've been pitching creative finance, wholesaling to sellers, and it's difficult. I had a few properties on the contract, but bailed out because you know, I locked it up too high, and I
Sure.
couldn't buyer. And
Which, by the way, still happens to some of us.
oh, okay,
So I just want you to know, uh, you should be commended. Okay, the fact that you've been able to lock up a few properties under contract, um, on your own, just hustling and grinding, like should be applauded. Okay, so it happens to the best of us. I mean, I've been in the business for a while, and as the interest rates changed over the last 4 to 6 months, we have stuff that was locked up too high, and really, you didn't do anything wrong. The market just changed on you.
yeah,
So all you have to do now is you just have to pivot and you have to adapt, right? So anyway, go ahead. I think that's great that you were able to do that. Okay, so you locked up a few. When did you lock them up?
oh man, this is like 2 years ago.
Oh, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's ever since then, it's been so difficult to kind of just get sellers. Either I'm just talking to people that are not qualified for this type of conversation, or I just need to like improve the way how I look for deals.
Okay. All right. How many hours a day do you think you're working?
So right now it's like at least an hour a day, just because at cleaners. But right now it's slowing down a little bit, so I'm able to have more time for like 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if you can get me. See if you can get me about 2 hours a day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So about 2 hours a day, and then what we're gonna do is, I want you to start going after on-market properties on Zillow.
Okay.
Have you ever done that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you go on there. So when you're going on there and you're talking to the agents and you're reaching out to them, what's that conversation like?
I avoid that because I right now. Well, the reason why I avoid that's because I want to deepen my understanding of subject to and seller finance, because I don't want to, say the wrong thing and it's gonna fire back on me unless I have someone that may back me up, right, with credibility and knowledge of the whole entire process. So I haven't really talked to any agents about that, just only
Okay.
sellers.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna. I want to reinforce
Mhm.
the idea that you have everything you need already. Okay, so it doesn't matter how qualified I am or how documented I am or how documented somebody like Pace is. That it doesn't matter how documented they are if the deal and the seller isn't motivated.
Right.
So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is don't worry about like your documentation or your credibility right now. I mean, I know I posted about something about social media, like change your social media profile. Yes, you got to at least try to walk the walk and talk the talk. So your social media profiles should say, I'm a real estate investor on everything, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on everything. If they Google your name, they should be able to find you, and they should be able to say, okay, this person has a certain what's the word there, you're credible in the sense that if they look it up, they'll see that you are actively promoting yourself as a real estate investor. That's the first thing.
Got it.
The second thing is I want you to start calling the agents, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of role playing. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I was to call, I want you to act like you're an agent. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
So if I'm going to call you
yeah.
and I say, hey, I'm looking for let's say you representing a listing and it's been on the market for 60 days or more. Those are the properties that we're going to target now. Anything that has been on the market 60 days or more. And I'm going to give you access to a spreadsheet that we created. Here, let me show you real fast.
Okay.
Share the entire screen. So, okay, I'm going to give you this spreadsheet, all right? Now, this spreadsheet is all 50 states.
Oh.
Okay. I had one of my virtual assistants do this. His name is Jacob. And Jacob is in the Philippines. And he spent hours and hours and hours and hours doing this. Okay.
Right.
So in Zillow, you can set up predetermined searches. So these are all the keywords that I have as searches that I want us to look up.
Mhm.
And this is in every single state. So if we click on, what state are you in again?
New Jersey. Are you in California by any chance? Right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay. So Jersey, right? So if I go to all cash deals and then I look up Jersey, I can copy this link.
Mhm.
I can open it and it will now show me all the deals that have the words cash in them. And they're all properties that are 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, a minimum of 1,000 square feet, and they are no newer than 1980.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
So this search is already done for you.
Wow.
All right. This is worth a lot of money.
I
All
bet.
right. Okay. So I'll give it to you. So where in Jersey? What city?
I am in Cherry Hill.
Is that north or south?
South.
Cherry Hill. Help me on the map.
So you're getting.
Oh, there
close.
we go.
Yeah.
Cherry Hill's right here. Sweet. Okay. So now here's what I would do. Okay. Let's look up Cherry Hill real quick. Okay. Let's say now remember, this isn't all the listings in Jersey. This is just this will keep
Correct.
going. I
This
should put
area.
myself on do not disturb. Just your area. And these are the ones that are fixers. Okay.
Okay.
Or not fixers. The key word here was
Cash.
did I do confirmation or cash?
Oh.
I think I did cash, whatever.
Okay.
So here's one. We got one right here. Okay. Now, personally, I tend to stay away from the properties that are priced so low at 40,000. But for the sake of this coaching call, let's say we click on this and let's take a look at it. This is a real bad teardown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay. Now, if you were to look at a property like this, right? I can't see the interior, but what do you think you would say you would estimate the repairs to be? Or how would you estimate repairs?
Let's say. So I mean, well, like you said, I can't see inside. So I mean, I would, if possible. I mean, I would say this is like at least 50 or 60, at least repairs, at least, right?
I think it's going to be more, but I'm going to give you a real quick formula for you. Okay. So for properties that are lipstick fixers, okay, a lipstick fixer is it just needs carpet and paint. That's it. Just put some carpet and paint and sell it on the market. You can charge. You can assume that it's going to be $25 a square foot. Okay. For a property that's in average condition, which means that it needs carpet, paint, you're going to have to remodel, right? Not rehab, remodel. So like it needs a new kitchen, it needs a new bathroom, it needs stuff like that, right? That's going to cost you about $45 a square foot. Okay. Estimated. And these is just quick numbers. Okay. If it's a serious fixer, I think this one is a serious fixer.
Yeah.
I think it's going to need a new roof and everything.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, How much would you try to get this
Okay.
under contract for?
We're going to
10,
do that,
right?
right? We're going to do that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, it's $65 a square foot. So this is where it gets crazy, because if this is 1,138 square feet
Uh-huh.
times $65 a square foot, it's going to cost you $75,000 just to get it rehab. Now, here's the deal. When it comes to repairs, I always want you to overestimate. Do not ever underestimate. So if my calculations are telling me it's about 73, I'm going to calculate it that it's between 75 to $80,000 to get this property up and running.
All
Okay.
right.
So probably around $80,000 to get this property repaired. Okay, that gives me a little bit of a cushion on there. So I'm assuming about 80,000. All right. So if they're selling this for 40, and I know it's going to cost me 80, like there's some issues here, but we're going to have to figure out what the actual ARV is. All right. Now, before we do that, here's I want to do a sample call with you real quick on what it's like when you call an agent.
Okay.
Okay. Now, are you pitching creative first? Is that what you're doing? Or are you pitching wholesale first? Or are you pitching both?
No, well, like if it's an average, like you said, like if it's just remodeling, like average, it's like I wouldn't waste time saying, oh, like how's your day going, because they're gonna know and they get a bunch of calls every day. So I'm just like, hey, like, are you interested in receiving payments for the home, including a down payment, and you become a lender? And sometimes it'll be like, no, I'm good. Like this one lady called like a week ago. She's like, oh, I got something else to do, and she just hanged up the phone on me.
Sure.
I mean, I just quickly just finish the conversation if they're not interested. I don't want to waste my time.
Sure. Okay, so
yeah.
What'll happen is I'll dive into a whole nother conversation on role playing, which I can do too. But I just want you to get used to what the conversations are like talking to the agents. Now, seller direct, that's something else. But if we contact the agent, okay, and I'm going to share my screen again. If we contact the agent, here's how this is going to play out. So you come here, you have the telephone number right there. We're going to give them a call. I don't have Jersey, so. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shoot, we're doing this, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, when I say we're doing it, we're doing it.
All right, I'm off, man. Let's do this.
You may not hear the phone ring, so I'm going to have to switch it to.
All right, let's do it really quickly.
No, here. There we go. Now you can hear it.
Am I talking enough?
The phone of Mark Hunnebach from Whitecoat Realtor. Please leave a message, and I'll return you.
Okay, so when that happens, what I typically will do is I will then shoot the agent a text message. Okay, I use Dialpad. That's why I like them a lot. Hey, Mark, is the property at Pennsylvania Avenue still available? I'll get down. Interested party. That's it. That's all I send. Okay. Now you don't have to send anything else other than that.
Okay.
All right. Just send them that message. Let's see if he responds. If he responds, you will see what I do in real time. Okay. Cool. I want you to always call first. Try to call and speak to these agents. Okay. The reason that I want you to do that is because it builds your credibility up. Okay, agents, just like you said, we get a lot of emails, we get a lot of texts, we get a whole bunch of stuff that we think is our spam or scam. But if they call and speak to you, and here we go, ready?
Okay.
Hello, this is Paul.
Yes, this is Mark. You just tried to call?
Hey, Mark, how you doing? So I'm calling about that property over on Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm sure that you've gotten quite a few calls on it. Is it still available?
Yes, we're taking offers, and then we'll be choosing one.
Okay, when do you think you'll be presenting them?
Don't know exactly. We were just allowing everybody to get in, so probably, the next day.
In the next day or so. Okay, fantastic. So are we, I'm an investor. I'm looking at this as a potential fix and flip. Are we over the asking price already?
I don't know where they all are. I'm sure we are at that price. I wouldn't doubt we could be near double when we're at the end.
Oh,
I literally just have my assistant printing everything and putting it in a file to be able to go over it with the owner when it's time.
I see. Okay. Well, I mean, if we were to submit something, would you be okay representing us, or are you already representing a buyer on this one?
No, that's fine. We do dual agency. It's not a problem.
Okay. All right. So then, I'll tell you what. Let me crunch some of my numbers, and see how close I can get to the 80 mark that you're talking about, and then I can get back to you in a couple hours. Is that okay?
Yeah, no problem. I can give you my email address, and if you're able to email an offer there, they're just selling it strictly as is. You know, the subflooring and stuff has already been removed. You know, so basically, you know, you're buying it for the land and the shell, and you know that's where it is.
Cool. All right. You want to text me your email address?
No problem. I'll do that.
Okay. Now I'm not an agent. So
Right.
yeah. Okay. So I would still need your help just drafting up the offer, but I can email you my proof of funds and articles and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just a general email to say, hey, Mark, here's the copy of our bank statement. You know, we want to throw in an offer of, you know, $70,000, and you know, we know it says here's my address and the name it's going to be bought under, and you know that kind of stuff. I just needed an email from you because I'm in a vacant house right now with no pen, or I'd write it down.
Don't worry about it. Just text me your email when you get a second.
I'll email. Yep, I'll text email, and then you can get everything over.
I appreciate it.
You, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, you saw what that was like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. It's so much easier than people think it is. But the phone weighs a ton. So I just want you to get used to having those conversations. The more conversations that you can have like that with agents, the better off you're going to be. That's what you need. You need to be calling the agents and speaking to the agents and just saying, hey, listen, I saw that listing at 1234 Mockingbird Lane. And if you listen to what I did, he actually gave me the figure, right?
Yeah.
He told me kind of like where I need to be. Now the question is that smart? Now that we have that figure, now we can comp this out. Let's take a look. Okay. So here's how I would comp this out. And by the way, I'm going to give you this too. So I have a calculator that we use. Do you have a calculator that you use, or how are you calculating ARVs and all that stuff and the numbers?
There is a way that so what I do, I have it in my Google Slides because I needed to remind myself. However, it seems like yours is going to be a lot more efficient and a lot more accurate than mine. So
okay, so there's calculators that are way better than mine, much more analytical. I'm not analytical. I just needed something fast, so that's why we use this. So here's how this works. We think that the repairs are going to be about 80, right? That's what we said. Okay, now we need to find out what the ARV is going to be. And the wholesale fee, if you're going to wholesale this, what's your fee is going to be, okay, what you want to charge. You want to make 10,000, you put it there. You want to make 30,000, you put it there. You want to make 20, you put 20. So let's comp this out. And by the way, I'll give this to you. Okay, I'm going to give you a copy so that you have your own.
thank you.
All right, so you copy this. Open the same browser twice. That's how I normally do this. All right, let it load. Then what I do is I take a look at the map right here, just so I know where it's at. Okay, it's right there. All right, so National Park and Red Bank. Then I'm going to go back here. So we're over here, right? Where am I?
We were at National Bank.
Am I too far?
Expand out a little bit. Yeah, Red Bank.
Where did I miss?
Zoom in a little bit. There. Okay, so move up a little bit.
Go up north?
Yeah.
Or south?
North. All right, and then
That's crazy that you went straight to
See,
I think I'm too north now, no?
see, you're in South Philadelphia East. I believe. Oh, you're okay. I see. So you may have to go south, a little bit more south.
South?
Yeah, a little bit more south. Yeah, since I don't go to that area, so that's why I'm kind of
Yeah,
okay.
no problem.
And then you're
Here's Woodbury Westfield National Park. Oh,
mhm.
duh.
There you
Okay,
go.
cool. All right.
Now,
Okay.
what would you? I guess I'll just find out from here.
Okay. So the good thing is you've got all these tools, you've got Privy, you've got Batch, you've got all that stuff. Dude, Zillow's free and it's probably one of the best
Yeah.
websites out there. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. So you close this now. Now we know where we're at. 2-bed, 1,100 square feet. Okay. So then what you're going to do is where are the best comps? Well, best comps are right here. That's it. These are your best comps. Okay. So what you can do is number one, we're going to reset all the filters. Click apply. Then you're going to draw, and your comps are right here. These are your best comps.
Isn't that like beyond a mile, right?
Yeah, but for now we'll just do that. I mean, I can zoom in and be more specific, but
Okay.
we'll do that. So we'll click. Then we're going to go to home type, deselect all. We only want houses. Then I want the ones that are for sale. I only want the ones that have sold. And I can also do square footage. In this case, it's about 1,100 square feet. I can go 20% up and 20% down. So I can go as low as 800 or as high as 1,100. I'll just do the 1,250 or 1,300, whatever. Then I click apply. So in the last 14 days, there have been no sales in this area. Oh, I'm sorry. In the last 14 days, nothing. Okay, which is not good. Let's see if there's anything in the last 30 days. Apply. Nothing. That's not good. All right. So then what we'll do is we'll also, oh, my bad. I forgot to click apply. Let's go back to 14 days. I don't want you using comps more than 14 days old.
Really?
So, yeah, don't
Even
use
a
comps
year?
more than 14.
6 months?
Only if you have to go back. Because of the way the market is right now and how volatile it is in response to the interest rates, only go back 14 days, maybe 30 days. Maybe.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, that's a drastic change.
Well, yeah, before a couple years ago, they said you can go back as far as 6 months. Not anymore.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Only 14 to 30 days. All right. So I think we kind of see now that this property is probably worth fixed up about 245, 235. Right. Let's take a look. This just sold in October. This to me looks like it's not a rehab. It's not a flip, but it's pretty clean. Right. So this is what a really clean house would potentially go for. Let's see the other one for 245. 245. This also, I don't know if it's a flip or not. I don't. Yeah, this is a flip. Okay. And let's see what they bought it for. They bought it in August. Nope. They bought it. Look what they paid for it in April. 98,000.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing about Zillow. You can go back. They have all the records. So the flipper bought it for 98. And then the flipper then put it on the market for 249, and now they're in it at 245. So 245 is what they sold it for. Okay. So we know that our ARV is about 245. Let's say, yeah, 240 or 245. Rehab's 80. So if you bought it at, look at this.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's say an investor,
Mhm.
here's your wholesale fee. Let's say you locked it up under contract at 75, and then you sold it to an investor for 95. The investor is going to make about $6,000 profit. Here's the resale price. Here's their hard money. Here's the commissions, the depreciation, the closing costs, all that stuff. Investor makes about 6,400 if they use hard money. Now, if they use all of their cash, if they just say, I'll buy it for 95,000 and I'll pay for the repairs myself, then they're in at 175. 175 is the rehab and the acquisition price. That's how you get 175. And they spend 175 to make 43, which isn't bad. It's actually not a bad return on their money. That means that they're getting, for every dollar that they're spending, 43,000 divided by 175. 24%. Is that right?
Yeah.
24% return.
Yeah.
So they spend 175 and they made 43. It's not too bad.
No.
It's not a bad return on their money. So that's how I guessed. That's why he was saying I could see this going for 80,000. He's right. I wouldn't offer more than 75,000. I prefer to offer 70.
Right. Yeah.
70, at least they're making more money. Look at that. They spend 170 to make almost 50. And if they use hard money, they spend. Here's how you have to understand it. If they use hard money, they only spend 42, but they make 10.
Where did you make 10? I don't see it.
Net profit.
Oh, okay. I see.
This is hard money. This is if it's no loans. No, it's all pure cash.
Got it.
So if they use hard money, they're short 15%, and they're gonna net 10. So for every dollar they make a quarter. Still not bad.
No.
Right? And then in this case, if it's more, I think it's more because if they spend 170, they're making about 50. So it's almost 30%. Anyway, that's how we do this.
All right.
Okay. So what you do is you do the search. Okay. Wherever you want to market, do your market. Then you get the flip calculator. But here's the deal. Okay. And I'm gonna stop sharing the screen now. I'm gonna give you access to that, by the way. Stop presenting. What most people do is most people will go on here. They'll go on to Zillow. They'll look at a deal. And then, for instance, you see that the first thing I did the minute I saw this deal, I picked up the phone and I called the guy. Right? What most people do, and what I used to do too, we're all guilty of it, is I look at the deal, I check out the comps, I run my calculator, and then I call the agent. All right.
Yeah.
The reason I don't want you to do that is because this took me about 5 to 10 minutes to do. Okay, about 5 to 10 minutes to do. Picture doing this 20 or 30 times a day, and now you've lost a bunch of time, right? Hour, 2 hours of your time, comping stuff that may not even really be a deal. In other words, this agent, he was pretty cool. He was playing ball with us. He was cooperating with us, right? But what if it was an agent that's like, no, it's already sold? Or no, my seller will never take that type of an offer. They would never accept that. So what I'm saying is you want to get used to just getting on the phone and just calling the agents. If they don't answer, send them a text message. I'm interested. And the conversation is going to be very simple. The conversation is going to be, hey, John or Jane, I'm calling about your property at 1234 Mockingbird Lane. I just wanted to know if it's still available. Yeah, it's available. Okay, fantastic. I'm an interested party. I'm thinking about picking this up as a flip. I want to fix it and flip it. Do you have any offers on the table? Yes, no offers on the table. Okay, fantastic. And then you fill them out. So have you guys had any offers on the table? I see it's been on the market for 60 days or so. Oh, that's the other thing. I may have forgotten to do that, and you're going to have to forgive me. But when you do this, it's always important to sort it by the newest and then go to the oldest listing. See, this just came on the market, right? And he priced it right. He priced it to sell. But if we go back, let's close all this stuff and let's do it again. Jersey. Let's go to cash, New Jersey. Let's open it up again. See how now it's giving us all the ones in the whole state that are cash. Okay,
Screen? I don't see it.
Oh, my bad.
There you go.
Show your entire screen. Okay, cool. All right, so I reopened it again, and now we're looking at all the states. All the properties that are cash in Jersey, New Jersey. Sort it first by the newest, and then go to the oldest. Don't start with the newest. I did just for the sake of teaching you what to do, but start with these. Like, look, this one's been sitting for a while. Okay, this one would probably be a good creative finance one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a beater. Yeah, it needs carpet maybe and some paint, but this isn't that bad.
No.
This is okay, right? You could get this creative financing. So what are the comments here? Calling all investors. This cash cow is ready for a new owner. Currently rented at $28.50 a month. Okay. So let's see if we can turn this into a creative. This will be my last call for the moment, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
get going. Now look, he's playing ball. You'd be surprised. People will play ball.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna switch it to speaker again so you could hear it.
Okay.
Hey Ryan, good afternoon. My name is Paul Argueta. I'm calling about your listing over on High Street. Is that still available?
It is still available, yes.
Okay, cool. So how much longer is left on the? I'm an interested party, by the way. How much longer is?
If you call back, I'm actually in the middle of something. You're gonna call me at bedtime.
Yeah, not a problem. Give me a call back.
You go back first.
Take care. Bye.
Do you have any other registration forms?
What did he say?
Okay.
I didn't
He
hear.
said, oh, it didn't play on the.
No,
He
it
didn't
did,
put
but
on
it
the mic?
cut out. Like it, his voice was really muffled.
He said if he could call me back, it wasn't a good time.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so with this particular guy, I would have said something to the effect of, "Hey Ryan, my name is Paul. I'm calling on your listing on 218 High Street. Is it still available? It's still available. Great. Now, because I know there's tenants, I'm going to ask them how long is the contract for the tenants going? Are they on the month to month? When does it expire? Like these are all the questions that I want to ask. Okay. You ask these questions. Then lastly, we're going to get to, okay, great. Have you had any offers on it? I want to hear if they've had any offers. And then after that, I'm going to say, well, look, if I can get the seller, if I can get them the price that they're looking for, if it's listed for 225, if I can get them the 225 that they want, do you think that the seller would be willing to work with me on terms? Now, Ryan is going to say a few things, one of a few things, okay? And one of those things is he's probably going to say, well, what do you mean terms, right? That's what most people say. And as a former agent, I was the exact same way. Well, I shouldn't say former agent, but as an agent, an investor now, you have to explain it to them. So, here's how it would be pitched. Well, Ryan, what I would do is I would make a down payment, right, that is agreeable to the seller and a down payment that's agreeable to me. And then I'm going to ask the seller to finance the rest of the transaction. Okay. So owner finance. Now, when you say that, that's when agents start to pick up on this. And most of the time they're going to be like, yeah, well, I don't know if the seller's going to go for that, blah, 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 blah. Agents always, always, always do that. Okay. And it's because most agents don't really understand the concept of seller financing or creative financing or subject to. They don't understand it.
Yeah.
So don't let that deter you, though. You just say, look, present it to them. Okay, just present it to them, see what they say, see if they're open to it. Okay, all they have to do is all we have to do is agree on a down payment that makes sense for them, and a down payment that makes sense for me, and a monthly payment that makes sense for me. I mean, it's being rented out for $2,850, so there's no way that I'm going to be making a monthly payment of $3,500 a month to them, right? Nobody would do that. But if there's a way where we could get creative here, Ryan, listen, I can give them the price that they're looking for. And then you wait and you see what they say, what he says or she says, and that's how you strike up the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
would have done that had he answered, but I mean, had he been able to have the conversation, but he didn't.
Mm.
So I guess my point is, the more that you can start contacting these agents, right, and the more that you can start talking to them, listen, it's a different time now. 6 months ago, a year, agents would blow you off. They didn't need you. They didn't care about you. They didn't want you because the properties, quite frankly, were selling themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not the case anymore. So now they're more open to having these conversations because they want to get paid. They want the sale to go through. So you just got to get on the phone and start calling these people. And then once you have the conversation with them, the idea here isn't to say, hey, I'll make you an offer right now. The idea is you're just feeling out information. You want to extract as much information as you can. That's why you have to get good at asking questions. The more questions you ask, the better. Extract. And then, hey, Ryan, listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crunch my numbers. Let me do some research. I'll get back to you in a couple of hours. And if these numbers make sense to me, let's get up an offer. Let's write it up and we'll submit it to the seller, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm.
And then you go and you do your ARVs and you run your comps the way I showed you.
Okay. Already. And so for a remodel, it is 45, right? And rehab
So
is
okay,
60.
so lipstick 25,
Okay.
average 45, a real beater 65.
Anything above that or no? Just only 60.
I think 65 is pretty high.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, unless it's a tear down. But then
Okay.
if it's a tear down, you're not really. If it's a tear down, you're not going to give it value anyway. You're just going to give it land value.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
All right. So
Now,
here's what I would suggest: the 1 to 2 hours that you have available.
uh-huh.
Start with agent outreach. Pick a couple of markets that you want to go after. Make sure that one of them is local to you so that you can physically go see the properties. And
Okay.
then find another one that you might be able to do virtual. You can do this anywhere. There doesn't, that's the thing, is that
Mhm.
what I just showed you, I was doing from California. You can do it anywhere.
Right.
So find a few other markets that you might want to go in. During the winter where you're at, I'm assuming that it gets kind of difficult to sell all these properties because of the snow.
Yeah.
So when that happens, shift your market. Start focusing down south. Start hitting up Florida. Start going after those properties because you can wholesale those the same way you can wholesale something in Jersey.
Now, if they ask for like, oh, like proof of funds and stuff like that, like, oh, like we want to see like statements, just like the Mark guys said. So, like, now, who do I contact for?
Okay, so if you need a proof of funds and you feel comfortable working with us, then what we'll do is we'll do like an onboarding thing, and then I could say that you're a part of our team.
Okay.
And then we can give you access to like our proof of funds, to our articles and all of that stuff, to our acquisition team. So we have two sides to our business. We have the acquisition side, and that part is known as the Goya Group. And Goya stands for get off your ass.
I like that. So, wait, I have to ask. So, what ethnicity are you?
I am Latino.
Latino?
My dad was Salvadorian and my mom's Ecuadorian.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Here is here is our so this is our acquisition site. Okay, this is what we use when we buy. So we're known as the Goya Group on the buy side. And then when we dispo, our dispo side is dispodragons. So everything is treated separately, right? Because
Got it.
the acquisitions gets contracts. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at getting the contracts. So I can close all day long. But then you let the dispo side, let them handle the disposition and the sale. And so the more laser focused you are on like doing what we do now, and by the way, you can do either one. If you said, Paul, dude, I love doing dispo. Dispo is when you're finding the buyers. I think you were talking about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, dude.
Yeah. So some people really, 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 really love that. So it depends on it depends. What am I doing here? Stop presenting. It depends on what you're good at, right? But anyway, if you say, Paul, look, I got a deal. Can you help me out with the proof of funds? All I would say is let's just have one more like onboarding call. And then if you're comfortable with the way we're structured and the way you're structured, I can introduce you to Edward. He's our onboarding guy, and he'll walk you through all our systems, dude, all of them. I mean, we do what we just showed you here. We do pay-per-click advertising. We have overseas telemarketers. I mean, we're doing it all. And then you could benefit from all of that stuff.
Yeah, man. Okay, that sounds awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But I want you to start calling some of these agents. I want you to get used to that. The more you can get used to that, trust me, you get over that hump and that hurdle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now, do I ask him if the seller has a mortgage on the property or
Yeah,
no?
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
tell them, hey, look, is there how much is the seller? Oh, now some agents are gonna get offended by that. Some agents are gonna be like, well, I don't need to tell you that, but don't let that deter you. I mean, that's irrelevant. Like you just and the reason they don't want you to know that is because then they'll also know how much the seller's going to net or make, right? So it compromises who they are. So some agents won't tell you, but some agents will just be like, yeah, they have a mortgage against it of like 200,000, whatever. It's not a big deal. So you don't know until you ask. You have to ask, right? So how many offers have they had? Have they had any? How much is owed against the property? Right? Those are all just normal questions. If they have tenants, how much is the tenant paying? How long does the tenant going to live there? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, got it. And now when they ask, how am I gonna get paid? So how's that work?
You or the agent? How's the agent going to get paid? So the agent's commission is secured from the down payment.
Okay, I see. So
So that means though that if the agent's commission, so if agent is expecting 6% on a $100,000 property, that's a $6,000 commission. That means that at minimum you're going to need to pay at least $6,000 down, no less than that, because you got to cover the agent's commission.
got it. So
But even that's negotiable. Okay, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there, and I can help you negotiate that later.
all right, that sounds great to me.
Okay.
All right.
So here's what we'll do. I'm going to share with you the Zillow slide, and then I'm going to share with you the calculator. Mess around with it so that way you get used to it. And then what I will do is I will also share this video with you so that you have access to it, so that you can review it. And then just reach out to me. You know, start filling out some of these calls, and then if you need anything else, just let me know right away.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'll start right away. I appreciate your time.
All right, dude. We're going to build this. You'll see. All right.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
man. Good talking to you. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.